Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, the Megalodon channel. And in today's video, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be a little bit different than your usually scheduled program. Today's video is going to be serious, because we're going to be serious and have a discussion. And this discussion will be about combat sports, specifically MMA, and particularly the UFC. And to be more specific, Conor Mcgregor. There's recent news that Conor McGregor is going to be returning since he broke his leg last year, but he's going to be returning early next year to competition and potentially against Justin Gaethje, the Homer Simpson of the UFC. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because not only do I like MMA, I have a lot of opinions about it. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram have a lot of opinions about it too, so I wanted to offer my own opinion on it. A lot of people are saying, oh, Conor McGregor, that man, he drinks a lot of whiskey, he sucks, he's too old, he can't fight at a top level. He's currently ranked, I think, 11 or 12 in the lightweight division, and he hasn't fought since he injured himself against Dustin Poirier last year. And I just wanted to say that people saying that he's not skilled enough, that he's washed, that he can't fight anymore, that's a load of bullshit. The reason why I say that is because against his fights with Dustin Poirier, the first one back in January of last year, and then the one where he broke his leg in July, he was still skilled enough to fight and compete against Dustin Poirier. And the first fight in January of last year, he actually won the first round. And he looked good. He was like landing strikes. He was smooth. He was slick. Yeah, he was getting caught in the leg a bunch, which led to his downfall. But he was still looking good. He was still hitting Dustin Poirier with good shots. Dustin even commented in an interview that that one of the shots, he was like fucking dazed. He was rocked. And that if McGregor followed up, he probably would have been done in that first round. That's just proof that McGregor still has power and skill enough to land against the number one contender in the lightweight division, who is Dustin Poirier. And then in the second fight, when, he became evil McGregor again, he started talking shit and all that shit. He still looked good in that first round. Like, yeah, sure, he was like kind of throwing shit wildly, and he may or may not have led to his own leg break or whatever. Yeah, he got taken down and he was getting fucking destroyed on the ground, but like, he wasn't in danger, if that makes sense. It didn't look like he was done for. It didn't look like he was in trouble. Like, yeah, he was getting fucking lit up on the ground, but like, it didn't look like he was like, oh shit, I'm getting fucked up. He was still in it. And if the leg break didn't happen, who knows what could have happened. Maybe we would have gotten a banger fight. I'm not saying that he would have won against Dustin Poirier. I'm just saying that he's still skilled enough to compete with the number one contender in his division. And people, specifically the fucking pink suit guy, like to point out how, McGregor hasn't won since whatever. I forgot what the joke was, since Obama's been president or something. But his last fight was against like a really old Donald Cerrone at 170 pounds, and he just destroyed him, of course. But before that, his last fight was against Khabib, I think, who was the champion at the time, and people consider the greatest of all time, 29-0. He, Conor McGregor, actually won a round against Khabib. No one's ever done that, so people are like, oh, he's not skilled enough, he's washed, he drinks too much, blah, 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 he's old, whatever, he has no skill. He was skilled enough to take a round against Khabib, who no one else has done, and sure, he lost that fight, but he's still skilled enough to compete at a high level. He may not have been in the right mindset, and stylistically that match was against him, but to say that he's washed and he should retire when people like, I don't want to be rude, but Tony Ferguson are still in it. I mean, people are still calling for him to retire, but a lot of people are giving Tony Ferguson credit. That's mainly because people like him and he's a good dude. So I think maybe the hatred for Conor McGregor is mainly coming from his antics. Like, it was funny at first when he would talk shit in the press conferences and shit. But, after punching the dude at the bar and then a bunch of allegations coming out against him, and he's the beef with Khabib, throwing the dolly and shit, but I'm mainly talking his skill. He's still skilled enough to compete in the UFC. He's still skilled enough to potentially make a run for the title, because that is his hopes, whether it's at 155 pounds lightweight or at 170 pounds welterweight. Who knows? And with him fighting Justin Gaethje, who is, I think, ranked number 2 or 1 in the lightweight division, that can put him up closer to a title against either Charles Oliveira or Islam Makhachev. But Apparently the fight's going to be at welterweight because McGregor has said multiple times that he wants to compete at welterweight. He's done with the weight cut. So who knows? And the fight against Justin Gaethje, a lot of people are saying that stylistically this is his best matchup, or stylistically this is the worst matchup, because in the Dustin Poirier fight he got leg kicked to shit. Like his leg was fucked, and a lot of people contribute that to him losing in the second round, getting knocked out for the first time. And Justin Gaethje is known to be a huge leg kicker. Like, he'll fucking destroy your shit. So a lot of people are saying, like, oh, McGregor, he's already lost. In my personal opinion, giving my 2 cents in the discussion, Chael Sonnen style, I feel that if McGregor is preparing for Justin Gaethje, he'll prepare for the fucking leg kicks. And he'll come out crazy in the first round. Because like I said, and a lot of people have said, Justin Gaethje likes to get hit a lot.
Yeah, I'm not the Homer Simpson of MMA like you are, bro. I'm not going to take a beating, but you will get knocked the out. You take 10 significant strikes per minute. That's 50 shots a round.
You go, like, in the first 10 seconds of the Charles Oliveira fight, he got rocked. And McGregor has a fucking, like, a nuclear missile for a left hand. So if he gets caught with that, he's definitely going to be wobbled. He might be knocked out. He might, who knows? He might just fall to the ground, and McGregor will ground and pound him. But McGregor is like a sharpshooter with his punches, and he'll know when to pick his shots. And Justin Gaethje does like to go out there and throw wildly. So I feel like, personally, this is stylistically his best matchup, and a lot of people are writing him off just because they hate Conor McGregor. I get it. He's a character. He does a lot of wacky shit. He's crazy. He likes to talk on Twitter a lot. He's a Twitter warrior. But I do believe that he's still skillful. I still think that I would pick him over Justin Gaethje in this fight, because I feel like, I don't want to add to the meme, but this is motivated McGregor. If you see his training, he's serious about this. He wants to come back, and he wants to make show people that he still got it. It's MMA, anything could happen, and if McGregor wants to go for that 170-pound title that he's been talking about, I feel like Leon Edwards is stylistically a better matchup than Usman. Usman's a very heavy wrestler, and I feel like he wouldn't want to trade with McGregor, so he'd take him down and shit. But Leon, he can grapple, and he is primarily a striker, so I feel like stylistically that's a better matchup for McGregor. But I don't think McGregor takes that. Who knows? We'll see if this rumor that he's fighting Justin Gaethje comes to fruition or not. And if so, that is a perfect fight for him, I believe. And I feel like he has a very good chance of winning that fight. So who knows? Who knows? It's MMA. Like I said, anything can happen. But I don't think Conor McGregor's washed. I feel like he's still skillful enough to compete. His fights against Dustin Poirier show that. And yeah, that's really it for this video. It's a new style of video. Shout out to Keon Kimura. He does a lot of MMA discussions, and he kind of inspired me to do this video, give my 2 cents, just like Chael Sonnen does, who also does discussions, but he is an MMA fighter, so it would make sense why he does that. I'm just a fan. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. I hope you guys like this new style of discussion video about something that I care so much about. And if you don't, then I'll stop doing these videos. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I hope you guys have a great day.